Hey, this week giving me a hard time for a little time, but we've got to keep representing. Rayden Bombardier, how you doing, my man?
What's good, Corey?
I'm
Nice to
doing good. Doing good. Is it Bombardier or Bombardier?
Bombardier.
Bombardier? All right, dude. If you were in Canada, they would say Bombardier. You know it's actually a snowmobile manufacturer up here in Canada? Did you know that?
Well, my last name's actually it is French, but I've just always went with Bombardier.
So you just changed it on me. All right, either way. So I was right, but then I was wrong. Awesome, my man. I mean, crazy story before we get into the fight. But you go to the house, you end up in some legal issues, you end up homeless, my man. Talk to me about all that stuff going on at home, and you were still able to go and perform.
Wow, like where do I even start, man? So I had my son 9 months ago, and my son's everything, man. And after I had my son, I shortly had a Muay Thai fight after that, and it was at the LA Convention Center. There was like hundreds of people there. It was a fucking amazing experience. I had a great war, and shortly after that, me and my girlfriend broke up, and I was following fighting, and she was telling me to go get like like a normal job. She's like, any job, go flip some burgers, anything. And like that's just I wasn't gonna be happy with that, and I decided that I was gonna be living in my car, and that I would still pursue my dreams. And so I was living at the beach, and I was driving back and forth from the beach to Thousand Oaks, California, every single day to just train. You know what I mean? And I was homeless, and I was showering, and just every day was a battle with my lady at that time, and just like it was really hard. So a couple months later, Joey Varner, a UFC producer, he ended up hitting me up and asking me to be a part of the show.
Awesome, man. I mean, great to hear, dude. Talk to me kind of about the last minute substitution and all that. How did it go down? How did they bring it to you and break the news?
Yeah, so there's a lot of footage that is missing right now. So I wouldn't be surprised if they like release it at some point. But you know what? We got through that fight. It's not too big of a deal. But I was coming into this fight as a welterweight. I didn't have a lot of time to prepare. You know what I mean? So I was cutting down. I got to 179. I was at a training session with Turpin because I was on Team Turpin at the time, and they pulled me out and they were like, "Hey, come over here." And I was like, why am I getting pulled out of like this group of people? And Frank's like telling like Frank, bro, the president, telling me to come over here. And I was like, all right. And so I go and sit down, and I'm in like this like little lobby area, and Turpin's there, Frank's there, and there's all these cameramen there, and they're all like, hey man, the commission's not going to clear you because you're dropping too much weight. And I said, man, like I can make the weight, like let me make the weight. And they're like, even if you make the weight, like honestly, I have so much respect for Frank. Everybody that's seeing this right now, I have so much respect for Frank, our president, man. He looked at me as a person and was like, "Hey, man, I just don't think that it's a good idea for you to compete at this weight. And like, I want you to be at the best, your very best. And I don't think I'm going to see at your very best at this weight. And that's the only thing I want is to see is your best. And that was awesome. And as I was getting pulled out, Joey Varner was looking at me, the guy that got me in there. He was like, "Be ready tomorrow. Be ready tomorrow." And so I'm all fucking pissed. The next day everybody has their fights and shit, and they come up to me and they're like, "Yo," and it's like during the show, like the fights are already going on, dude. You know what I mean? And so like I'm like just sitting there not knowing that if I have a fight or not, and I'm for sure like under middleweight. And so they come up to me, they're like, "Yo, somebody dropped out of a fight. It's at middleweight. Do you want to take it?" I threw my mouthpiece in. I was like, "Oh, let's go." I don't care what weight it is. I didn't know who was up there. I had no idea who was up there. It could have been anybody. It could have been anybody. I said, "I don't give a fuck." I walked out. I didn't know who I was up there with until I walked up onto the stage. You know what I mean? So respect to Neil for whatever he went through too.
That's wild, my man. Crazy. So like you pretty much had like 20 minutes head start about who you're gonna fight.
Yeah, I did. I didn't know who I was gonna fight. Like literally, it was
Interesting.
crazy. And yeah, just what a wild ride. I feel like my whole entire life has been up and down and up and down. So I'm not surprised that this ride just to get through that fight was up and down. You know what I mean? So fuck it, bro. I'm glad. I'm glad it's part of my story.
Awesome, man. So did they have to go back and film him walking into the building after the match happened? Like, isn't that crazy?
I have no idea what happened with him, man.
Yeah.
I know he was he left, he decided to leave actually originally,
Okay.
and then he got flown back. So, I'm not gonna call anybody a quitter. I've called people a quitter in the past, but he obviously is a
Mhm.
fighter. He came back and he fought, and respect to Neil, bro. He's a big fucking dude.
Yeah.
I was looking at all those welterweights. I was biting my fucking chops, dude. All those guys are small as shit. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like, I have respect for people, but I see myself being in the top 10 in welterweight. Like, no problem, no problem. Any of the welterweights in there, I'd have had no problem with.
Awesome, my man. I love the confidence. Let's get into your fight. All right. Let's break it down.
Let's
I see
go.
Neil comes in here, which is great to see. So we've got this one taking place obviously at middle.
Can I
So
address something real quick?
yeah,
Can
go
you
ahead.
slide with the slap score?
I have to start it. I
It's
unfortunately the
all,
way it's setting here as a video, I can't pause it for you,
it's all
but
good.
I'll
Good.
go
So
back again.
what I wanted to discuss was my slap score is super low, right? And so let me just say, I was so fucking sick that day. Like, they said that there was a bug going around. I was sick as fuck. Like, I was not feeling good from my weight cut. You know what I mean? So my slap score was low because of that. Like, if they gave us multiple tries, it would have been different.
Yeah. So that number is actually accurate.
That number is accurate, but I would say it's not accurate, but it is.
Gotcha. Talk to me through this first strike. How did it feel?
It didn't feel like shit, honestly. It didn't feel like shit. The only thing I noticed was how blue his fucking eyes were.
Oh, really?
It's like a
Hilarious.
slit, like you're looking through a little door slit, and I just see his eyes, and we just focus.
Awesome, man. Coming in round one here, we see you talking. You want to push the pace. You're getting up there in his face. Is this just who you are naturally?
Man, that's just my warrior spirit oozing, bro. I'm here to throw down, bro. No matter what martial art it is, I'm here to fight, dude. I fucking love this shit. That's me. That's fucking me.
Awesome, man. What'd you think of this first strike?
Watching it back, it kind of looks like a club, but it didn't feel like it when I did it. You know what I mean? So I don't think it was. I really don't feel like it was. It felt really clean, but when I saw that, I was like, eh. But it was clean. So
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely looked a little bit deep, but they didn't call it. So you just keep on moving on, my man. All right, round two. Much the same. Is your confidence building?
yeah, I mean, I would say my confidence was always at an all-time high. I mean, even now, like every all the time, I always have my confidence, man. I believe in myself, and I don't need anybody else to believe in me besides myself. This run-up is awesome. Look at that shit. Look at me, Neil. Look at me. Oh yeah. And I want you guys to see that swing style that I'm doing. I learned it with Pono and his family. So I have a Hawaiian style swing, and anytime I go into an event, I'm gonna have them in my corner.
Amazing. Yeah, that's really cool insight, buddy. Nice. Were you surprised with his toughness?
I mean, I didn't know who he was until I walked up on the stage. You know what I mean? All I saw was just a big ass dude. So I mean, I was just I was just fighting, bro. I love that shit, man. They're just capturing our experience, and it's just amazing to watch back.
Mm-hmm.
He's a tough guy, man. Respect to Neil.
Yeah. I mean, that one wobbled you the most of all the three. Doesn't look like you were ever really in trouble. Nice to see Dana laughing about it there. You feeling pretty good about this fight at this point?
Yeah, dude, I feel amazing, bro. Fuck yeah. Thank you to Power Slap and the UFC, Dana White, Frank, fucking Erica, bro. That shit's amazing, bro. I've wanted something like this all my life, bro. I wanted to be, I've always thought I would be in things like this as a kid, just growing up, man. And so just to be a part of something is just fucking amazing.
That's awesome, man. How's life for you changed since you got off the show? You get back home. Have things been working out for you?
Yeah, so now I'm a bouncer at a nightclub, a really nice nightclub. It's called Louis over here in Westlake in California. It's really nice. I make good money there. I now have a home. Like, I literally came back. Power Slap, I'm telling you guys right now, Power Slap changes lives. It literally gave me a home. And next week, I get to have my son for the first time overnight. You know what I mean? And like, that's because of Power Slap, man, and heart and just fucking will. And man, dude, so many people are gonna fucking tell you that you can't do shit. Fuck them, bro. There's so many people that you can look up to and put on a pedestal, but if they're not giving you that energy back, then fuck them, bro. There's so many Power Slap fighters that are going through like people giving them shit because they say it's not a martial arts, and you're going to these gyms and people are putting you out. You know, fuck them, bro. We're warriors.
Awesome, my man. I appreciate you joining me, Rayden. We've got your buddy Pono waiting in the wings. So I got to get him up there. But I look forward to talking to you soon, hearing more about your story and your journey, and seeing you on round 2.
I see you guys next time.
All right, buddy. Take care, man. We'll talk to you soon.